Hey guys, this is Wazo. Welcome back to another video on Viking Voice where we talk about confronting performance anxiety. In today's video, I wanted to talk a lot about where does fear come from? It's a question I've been asking myself as I've been going on this journey of self-discovery, and I've been reading a lot and listening to a lot and really questioning myself and trying to go deep into the psyche. And I hope with what I will share with you today will really help some of you, no matter what stage of performance you're at what level, if you're a professional or if you're still in school or at uni, if you're doing exams, whatever the situation is, and you're feeling that you're quite stressed because you're anxious, you're feeling a fear about an upcoming performance. I really wanted to talk about where this comes from and this idea that fear comes from a place of us needing something outside of us to complete us. And what I mean by that is, it's probably best if I give you an example. So I listened to this video of this comedian turned motivational speaker called Kyle Cease, and it was really what I needed to hear. I first heard it, I think it was yesterday, and it really brought home things that I've been thinking about. I'll post the link in the description below so you can watch it, but just to sort of paraphrase what he's been talking about. As children, we're really close to our creative energies and sources. We sing all day, we play, we draw, we dance, we kind of do whatever we feel like. And we're so young, we don't really care about what people think about us. And it's only as we get older that, society and what we should and what we shouldn't do to be a good or a bad human really dictates the way that we behave and causes our beliefs. And unfortunately, most of us grow up with fears of how to behave, how not to behave. And it's also being part of a consumer society as well. What the media does, what all these sort of advertising companies are trained to do are basically to make us feel incomplete so that we buy their product, so that we feel that in order to be complete, we need what they're selling. So that's kind of that fear basis mentality. Now you may ask, how does this come back to performing anxiety? So the fear around that, I would say, really comes from a place of wanting to be accepted. This fear already that we're not enough. And whether it is a performance, how are people going to see us? If it's a concert, are they going to like me? Are they going to give it good reviews? Are they going to clap at the end? Are they going to boo me off stage? If it's an exam, I really need this mark to do well, to pass my year at school, or to get into the university I want to get into. If it's an audition, I need this thing outside of myself. And if I get this thing that's outside of myself, I'm going to feel more whole and complete in the achieving of it. The problem is that doesn't last long, because you do the one concert or you do the one exam or the one audition, and then there's another one, and the fear comes back. And every time you think, I need this thing outside of myself to complete me so that I feel good and I can have a piece of paper and show everyone, look, this is how good I am. I got a 92 out of 100, guys. Look, here it is. I'm worth it. Why is it that every time I go up to perform, no matter how well I do or have done in the past, or how many people say I could sing, or how good a grade I got in an exam, I always felt the same fear every time I went back to perform, which means there's something deeper going on inside. And what Kyle talks about in his video is that what if you were to inverse it? The fear would actually disappear if we, like as we were when we were children, when we didn't care what anyone else thought of us, if we started doing what we loved, because then you would build your confidence in such a way as that you wouldn't need anything outside of yourself to complete you. Because, let's be honest, we're conditioned to care about what other people think. If you went on stage for a concert and sung your heart out, would the fear be there if there was no one in the audience? Would you care as much as if there was a room full of people? Well, of course not. So that goes to show that the fear comes from what other people think of you. What if you could get rid of that, I don't need to care what other people think of me. And the paradox is if you can reach that place where you don't care what other people think of you, you will already have this confidence and you will do better in your exam, in your performance, because you're not going to be stressing so much to get that thing outside of you that you think you need to complete yourself, right? Because you'll already have it inside of you. That's the crazy paradox here. So I just want you to really, really think about that. If you could go back to this childlike state of not caring what people thought, you don't do something because you need to get something from the outside world. You do it because you love to do it. It's what makes you happy. It's what fulfills you. It's what gives you passion and creativity. And sharing that passion and creativity with others is what already completes you. If you could go into every concert, every exam, every audition with that frame of mind, I can guarantee you wouldn't need to be stressed about the result. Whether you got, let's say, a 92 or a 9 out of 100, what does it matter? Because you're saying that if it matters, that mark on that piece of paper is what defines you. And that is so not the case. And now you may say to me, oh, Vozzy, you don't understand. Like, I need to get this grade because if I don't get this grade, I don't get into the university I really, really want to be in. Or my parents are gonna, they're gonna get angry, or my teacher's gonna get angry, or I'm gonna feel like I'm a huge disappointment to myself. Well, I can guarantee you that if you don't start breaking the cycle, this will just keep running your life. And you will always be stressed and you will always be unhappy because you will always be trying to please the objects outside of yourself. So then I would ask you, why do the music? Why perform? Why do the exam? Why do the audition if you don't love what you're doing? If you're only doing it to get people to like you, if you're only doing it to get good grades, if you're only doing it to show everybody else how great you are, because that means you don't feel complete within yourself already. And I think that's what they mean when they talk about being whole and complete within yourself. You do not need anything outside of yourself to complete you, and that's the truth. And it's probably one of the hardest truths to understand as you're working through the fear. Lord, I know for sure. And I had this thought yesterday, like, why is it that every time I go back out to perform, I have this same fear? It doesn't matter how many times I perform, the fear is always there. And why is it? If I went out to perform and there was no one there to watch me, I'd feel fine. But because I know people are going to stop and watch me, that's where the fear comes from. It's because I'm focalizing too much on what I'm going to get from the outside world rather than focusing on the internal story. What is it that I love about singing? What is it that I want to share with people? What is it about the music or the song or the phrase or the words of what I'm trying to express to people that I find beautiful? Because in expressing that beauty within myself through my singing, people are all automatically going to feel that. So there's food for thoughts for you guys. Like I said, I'll put the description to try again. I will put the link to Kyle's video down in the description below so you can go check it out. I would recommend it. It's about 10 minutes long. It's really, really, really amazing what he talks about. I would also subscribe to him because he's got loads of amazing motivational videos and not just to do with performance anxiety, obviously being a comedian, but just kind of life in general. So there you go, guys. If you found this helpful, please don't hesitate to give this video a like and also a subscribe so that you can keep up to date with any further content that I make. And I guess I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome performance, guys, and don't forget to do what you love. It works from the inside out, not the outside in. Do what you love, and the world will arrange itself around you. Do what you love. Okay. See you in the next video. Bye.